Hello, everyone, and welcome to Millennial Movie Talk episode 191. Michael, come on, get it up.
It's
No,
definitely not
I
191.
refuse.
Get it up.
198, get it up. No, I
You
said
highlighted
191
that
because I got my
one. It
one drop.
distracted you.
Michael, you going to put your one up?
No.
Michael, put your one up. Braden's got his one up.
I've got my hand up, just not the finger, but
Just
You can actually see it in Chris's photo. It's on his sunnies.
yeah.
thank you. Anyway, Michael's not acknowledging our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, aka and still your WWE undisputed champion.
One would think they've clicked onto a WWE podcast.
Yeah, normally every week this is a movie and TV show podcast. Don't worry, we'll get to some of that later.
Well,
But
hang on, WrestleMania went Hollywood.
When
It
Hollywood
did go
goes
Hollywood. That does.
Yeah.
WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
Yeah,
That's
John
a
Cena was
perfect time to talk about it.
John Cena was there. Had probably one of the
He was.
weaker matches of the night, but you
Oof.
know, he was there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Alex. I'm joined by Michael,
Hello.
Braden,
Hello.
and Christian.
Hello.
Now, if you stumbled across us for the first time, no, we are not an exclusive WWE podcast. I wish.
You can find 197 episodes of a normal movie talk show.
Anywhere else, but tonight we're talking about. No, look, we'll get into some normal movie shit later, but
That's
that shit.
A bit later.
But
for
First
now,
and
Alex is
foremost-
going to take the reins, the Roman reigns,
the Roman Reigns.
and he's gonna just break down WWE's biggest pay-per-view of their calendar year,
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Now, this was a 2-day event.
It's been a 2-day event
I
for the last
sadly-
3 years.
I sadly couldn't get to join you guys to watch it in any way. Stuck at work, but I am happy to be listening and be informed by your, I'm sure, popular opinions.
As am I. Did not witness the event, but I'm excited to hear.
Thank you, gentlemen. If you have any questions or any point, please throw them in. And, you know, you can question me about some of the silly stuff. I'm going to get the match cards up here, and we're going to have a bit of a... Yeah, I think I'm just going to run through the matches. Michael and I can comment on the ones.
My first question, is the Big Show still around?
No. He's alive.
No.
He's alive. But
Oh,
he's,
cool. Good for him.
He's not dead. He's just retired.
He's just retired.
My wrestling knowledge ends at like WWE, like SmackDown versus Raw 2009. So
That's
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a good spot.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I know.
like
I
that
know who
spot.
Hulk Hogan is. I know who Andre the Giant is.
Hey.
Well, as if we said Ric Flair, would that one ring a bell?
Woo!
Oh.
No, it wouldn't.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh.
that's disappointing.
Oh.
Highly.
Whoa.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Well, everyone. What let's just break down. We got WrestleMania night 1. Night 1 was we had our first match. I'll just say it. I thought night 1 was better.
Yeah,
Not
I
one
think
better.
overall better, but I also didn't see the first 2 matches of night 2, so
Okay. Well, here we go. Austin Theory versus John Cena kicked it off. This has been heavily anticipated, as Austin Theory has been referred to as the last year as the new John Cena. So this was a big one. This was basically a passing of the torch match, where we
Nice.
had Austin Theory defeating John Cena by pinfall. John Cena has, he's thinning. He's thinning on the top of his head.
yeah. Look, so I can't remember if this you had mentioned this outside of us being on podcast or not, but you had previously mentioned John Cena's bald spot to me, and boy oh boy, witnessing it for the first time,
It's
you
something.
can definitely see it. It's
It's
just
really-
right there in plain view, right on like the center back of his head.
I'll pull it up, Michael.
All
if you
glory.
if you keep talking about this match for a moment, you've never really would have seen Austin Theory wrestle.
No, I haven't really seen Austin Theory wrestle. Like, I think it was a decent opening match. It was, obviously, John Cena is a big name to put out there as your opening match, so I think it was a good way to open it. Compared to the rest of the night, bit lackluster, I guess. Austin Theory came out with a bit of a Mike Tyson mentality and started biting John Cena a few times.
Yeah.
But That's it. Yeah,
Maybe he's
But
just
I think-
hungry.
He
maybe.
could have been hungry. You're right, Brad.
Mm.
But look, I thought it was a decently entertaining match to start.
I thought-
Kick off WrestleMania.
I thought John Cena, it's hard not to love him when he comes out and basically high fives and brings out about 10 Make-A-Wish kids with him.
Oh, good on him.
And you know,
That's like he's
Oh,
like, isn't
you
he
had-
like the king of Make a Wish?
yeah, he's got the most
Yeah.
Make-A-Wishes ever. I'm pretty sure he doubles the person under him.
Damn.
Yeah,
So,
all these kids are in like normal like just fan t-shirts and stuff, and one kid is just in like full Hulk Hogan
Hogan
outfit,
gear.
and you just got to respect it. Like all these other kids just in like a
King.
normal wrestling t-shirt, and you got like, one kid off to the side who's Hulk Hogan.
so
That's so
yeah,
funny.
where's the Hogan kid?
Where's
It's
Hogan?
the one in the
kid.
wheelchair, right to the full to the left.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't want to
no,
play
it's a
anything.
kid in the wheelchair. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but I
Unfortunately,
love it. I love it.
Oh bless.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want it. There he is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
Okay. Okay. Good for them.
There's one.
So-
There was a video I saw.
it there. I saw that bold spot.
There's one dude in the crowd there
Ooh.
that's
yep.
booing John Cena as he's coming out with Make-A-Wish kids.
So here it is.
Everyone else around him is
What
cheering.
the
and
hell,
there's one
dog?
dude.
It's like, dude, why are you booing the Make a Wish kids?
Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah,
weird.
Johnny
Doing better
boy,
than
that's you might want to get some work done on that. Oh bless.
too much
That's
ice cream.
tough.
Too much ice cream. So yes, it was a pretty good match. Obviously, I did think Austin Theory would win because this was Cena's chance to put him over, and John Cena maybe wrestled 3 times last year, so you're not going to have John Cena win the
A
the
championship.
US championship.
No,
to him
he's
immediately
he's
get
not
rid of it.
exactly
He's
on
a-
the top of his game.
No, he comes around every now and then.
He's a movie man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next
Speaking
match.
of which, let me do a quick plug. There's a new Peacemaker comic coming out, which is hilarious.
Hey,
I read the first issue the other day, and I highly recommend checking it out. It's cool.
did James Gunn have anything to do with it?
No, but it honest to God feels like the Peacemaker show, and it feels like it's John Cena as Peacemaker in the comic. It's honestly weird how perfectly Carl Starks has like nailed that tone. Yeah,
Alright.
it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Next up, we had the men's WrestleMania showcase. This was a fatal 4-way tag team match where I had to explain to Michael that in a fatal 4-way tag team match,
3 of them die.
even though
The
there's
rules
8,
are just so dumb.
even though there's 8 competitors, so there's 4 teams of 2. Only 2 men are in the ring at a time, which means you can tag in anyone. So it's not like, this is how a fatal 4 tag team should work. You have 4 men in the ring, 1 for each team. No, you have 2 at a time, and they can tag the other teams in.
They can just
It
do
should just
anyone.
be a
It's
fatal
dumb.
4-way, but it's a tag team. Why? I don't. Yeah, look, because I got so confused when 2 people started, and Choppy's like, right, yeah. I had to actually explain it
yes,
to me.
Michael, let me tell you this.
Mike was going, wait, 4, 2, 4, what?
It's so
Seeing
weird.
double here. 4 wrestlers.
But in saying that, in the end, it was a pretty fun match to watch.
Yeah, so this was the Street Profits won this one. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. No surprise there. They are the future of tag team wrestling, and Montez is the future champion. So it was a really fun match. It's basically what a showcase should be. Where they just show off a bunch of cool stuff. We saw some big men fly. We saw Braun
Yeah.
Strowman, who's like 6'7", just run around a ring and barrel men over. It was a bit of fun.
Oh, that was bloody hell. He's just doing laps around the ring, absolutely shouldering people.
Amazing.
So yes, that was good. Next up, we had Seth Rollins defeating Logan Paul by pinfall. This was this is a very interesting match. This one because
It's a highlight match.
Logan
This was
Paul
fantastic.
is arguably my new favorite up and comer.
Yeah.
I say up and comer with Logan Paul. But yeah, so
Alex, big Logan Paul fan, straight from the jump. Like the second he appeared on the
Yes.
internet.
second EP, I've always loved Logan. No, I truly think Logan's got if he's got a gift for
He's got the
wrestling.
chops for wrestling.
He's got the chops.
He
for
does.
wrestling.
He's got like the athleticism, and he's got the energy. He's got the personality for it, and he puts on such an entertaining show.
It was his birthday, as well, and he came down in a zip line. So here he is.
In a zip line.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, look at him. He's all the way over there.
And does loudly shout, "I got a zip line for my birthday."
I can't play it. Unfortunately, the zip line's pretty slow. He also had a Prime bottle
Of
mascot
course.
with him. We can get
How's
that
the
up.
out? He looks like he's in ninja cosplay,
Yeah, he always wears it.
like the Twitch streamer.
Oh, if you think that was good, then Seth Rickon Rollins comes out.
Whoa!
So
He
Seth,
had a conductor conduct the audience to do his
yeah. So
song
Seth,
at the start, dude.
Seth always
Amazing.
comes down in the most ridiculous outfits. He's great.
Yeah.
And yes, he's
Whoa.
really incredible. Yeah, so he's great.
Oh, how's the what am I even looking at?
I have a feeling.
I feel like I'm watching something from Next in Fashion on Netflix.
So I think this was to hold up the rest of the costume with him to help support the costume weight because he takes it off straight after.
Yeah.
So yes.
You get the big dramatic reveal, and then it's like, okay, this is completely like not feasible.
So these guys had a really fun match, and then
Oh
halfway.
my god, they look like Power Rangers fighting in those colors.
Hey, sure. And then
It's just very vibrant.
And then it was a really fun match. Michael, without spoiling the main thing from this match, what did you enjoy about it?
I think I just genuinely enjoy watching a Logan match. I think every single one of his that I've watched, he puts on a show. And Seth Rollins is also just fantastic in ring. I think you've proclaimed so many times. I just don't think I've actually watched him properly.
Seth is my favorite wrestler. He is fantastic. He's one of the best working today. And you might be thinking, wow, Logan came down with a Prime bottle. What does this mean? It means KSI was in the Prime bottle.
Jesus Christ.
He did post because Choppy said it as like he was coming down the ramp. He was like, "What if it's KSI?" And like, I just went and looked at KSI's Instagram, and he faked out people by posting a picture of him on a plane, saying he was heading back to the UK.
Oh my god!
So mask comes off.
So basically, what happens is Logan KSI set up Seth on the announcer table so that Logan could do his typical frog splash through the announcer table. Last minute, Seth pulls KSI in the Prime bottle onto the announcer table. Logan splashes KSI. And then Logan gets thrown in the ring. Seth stomps him. 3, 2, 1. Seth wins.
Yeah, that's a fun ending.
Logan genuinely just puts on such a fun match.
Always puts on a fun match. Anyway, next on the card, I'm gonna stop showing the thing because it just can't handle. The stream can't handle me switching back and forth. It literally can't. I don't understand why. Anyway, next up we have one of my least just memorable matches. This was Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. Not going to talk about too much in this one. Everyone knew Becky was going to win because Becky has to have a WrestleMania moment, and she did. And we got to hear her music. It was great. Becky's awesome.
Look,
I wish she had more matches.
The only thing that me and Choppy had to say is it started slow, got a little bit better at the end, but still wasn't
well.
like.
I always loved Becky hit a manhandle slam from the mid rope. Always fun. Next up, we had the second ever father versus son match with Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. This
My
was
favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, Dominic Mysterio. This was a lot of fun. This was the each one of the matches on either night had a sponsored match. I think night 2 had 2 sponsored matches. Night 1, this was the Cinemoji Crunch match.
Sorry.
So they've been really bad with this lately in Extreme Rules. I think not Extreme Rules. Royal Rumble. We had the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, which was a what are the blue? It was a blue light essential match, essentially a blue light match. With neon, and it was really bad. This time there was nothing added. It was just a normal match, but it had Cinemoji Crunch sponsors just instead.
It had a giant mascot.
Had a giant mascot in the corner. So
very random.
This was a lot of fun. This match. This has been one that we've waited for a while. Father versus son. Dom coming out in a police escort being delivered from prison.
Oh,
It's
I'm
so
sorry.
funny.
That was them
So-
showing all the Dom in prison stuff was
So
hilarious.
Wow.
So a part of this storyline was that Dominic rocked up to Thanksgiving and Christmas Day and started beating up Ray, his dad. And then the
Yep.
police got called on Christmas Day and Dominic's been in jail.
Oh my god, incredible.
And it's so funny. He got a teardrop tattoo for a while.
Oh my
He was
God.
in jail for like 2 days. He's like, you don't know what hard time is, Dad. Dom's really good on the mic now.
Yep.
There was a promo where he was like, "You're a deadbeat dad. All my friends got Mercedes M series, and you got me a BMW." And like, and it's so he's really good now.
Oh my god.
Ray beat Dom in this one. Dom should have beat Ray. I
Hey.
don't understand why Dom didn't beat Ray. But yeah,
Because Ray's the GOAT. And they've got not going to do that to him after inducting him into the Hall of Fame.
true.
Oh, yeah, that'd
true.
be rough.
So yes, Ray beat Dom in this match. This was a
Hey, you're
really
in the
good
Hall of
match.
Fame now. Now please lose.
This was a really good match. Went for 23. No, it didn't. It went for 14 minutes. And yeah, it was just solid. Bad Bunny. Anyone heard of Bad Bunny?
I've heard of Bad
Yeah.
Bunny.
Yeah, Bad
So
Bunny.
artist of some kind.
Bad Bunny's an artist. You wouldn't know this, Chris. He's also a WWE superstar.
I didn't know that.
Bad Bunny has been wrestling on and off with WWE since 2020, where he came into the Royal Rumble. He's hosting Backlash next year, and he got involved in this match. And I think he got chokeslammed through an announcer table tonight on Raw.
Amazing.
Oh, there you go.
So
I think he's like the most streamed artist on Spotify, technically somehow.
yeah, he was also
Yeah, he was one of the top. That's what I heard about him.
Yeah.
he was also in Bullet Train.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, who's he?
He's the one at the wedding. That tries to that
Wolf or whatever it's called,
the
isn't
wolf
it?
with all the white suit, and Brad Pitt tries to get the train. He's just standing there and starts attacking him with a knife.
Okay. Continue.
We'll talk about Bullet Train after, Chris. So after that, so Dom beat Ray. No, Ray beat Dom. A lot of fun. Next up, we had the women's WWE SmackDown Championship match. This was Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. This was a big match, 23 minutes.
One of the best matches of the whole.
One of the best matches I've seen in a while, especially when the top performing women in the WWE are better. They're probably better than the men. They're more entertaining than the men. They're more skillful than the men. The men come out do their big spots, but the women they wrestle and they really show like how far women's wrestling has come.
Technicality.
Yeah.
They've come a long way from the like divas of
From the Brian Panic
That's what we
Ooh.
were saying. Like, Prime, when I watched as a kid, was like Prime Kelly days. So
Yep.
nice big childhood crush, but not
Yeah.
great wrestling matches.
Yeah, the older 2000s WWE divas. I remember my cousin and I watching WWE, and then our dads coming in and being like, "Sorry, what are you guys watching?"
I need to watch some of this WWE.
WWE kids? No, Dad.
Yeah,
I watch
it was
it
practically a
FHM.
Dad, I watch it for the
female
storylines.
wrestlers at that time was practically just a big Playboy advertisement.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
it was
pretty
incredibly distasteful.
But
But no,
match-
I saw some clips from this match because
obviously, Charlotte nearly killed herself in this match.
Adelaide's own Rhea was
Charlotte absolutely ate shit.
Charlotte took a German suplex from Rhea, and her face just smack on the canvas.
Ooh.
Well, she didn't take a normal one. She flipped out of it and
Yeah.
absolutely just grazed her face along the
Definitely
mat.
broke
You just
some
see
bones.
this.
She definitely broke
big-
some bones in her face.
Yeah.
So their match was fantastic. Obviously we had a title change with Rhea taking the championship, Adelaide's own. She goes for the Crows, everyone. So give a
Woo.
big up to Rhea Ripley.
Woo.
It is. I think I did say it. It's always, and I still think about it. It's just weird in such a big event hearing from Adelaide, South Australia. It's the weirdest thing because anything Australia, it's normally from Sydney, from
Yeah.
Melbourne.
From
But
Brisbane.
here
Or
in
just generally
Adelaide-
from Australia, and then
Yeah.
it's like, what? They're from our small town? What's going on?
Majority of the
I
people in the
feel
crowd.
they gotta
no idea.
change it from little old Adelaide.
From
like-
Bush Adelaide, Outback.
From nowhere.
From sorry, where? That's a place.
It's like
They
back in
should
the
just
day when they
do-
do like from no man's land.
No, it's when Doink the Clown comes out from parts unknown.
Yes, parts unknown.
Fucking
When most
Doink.
of the Americans hear South Australia, they're thinking of Mad Max.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
honestly,
that is what they're
honestly, yeah.
picturing.
So you had probably two of the best matches I've seen in a long time, back to back. But in between those matches, I shouldn't say back to back because they put a little breather, we like to call in between the matches, where you had
Ooh.
Pat McAfee coming out and having a 3-minute match with the Miz, just so that we could all kind of catch our breaths and like relax. Because worst thing they can do is book 2 absolutely show-stopping matches back to back because there's no energy for when the second one starts. Everyone's recovering.
exhausted.
Everyone's exhausting and we're recovering. But luckily they put that one in between because next we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeating the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, by pinfall. This match has been months in the making. This is WWE storytelling at its prime. It was such an incredible and emotional match. Someone who's been following this for a year now, like properly following it for a year now, watching both SmackDown and Raw every week. All the pay-per-views. This was this reminded me why it was worth doing it. There's some points doing it every week you go, why am I watching a collective
This
7
random pretty shitty match.
It feels like do you get the feeling about where is this going?
Well, like sometimes throughout this year, I was just like, why am I'm watching I'm watching a Raw. Raw goes for way too long. SmackDown goes for an hour and 20
I was
minutes.
gonna say, how long do they normally go for?
So SmackDown's an hour 20 minutes, and it's perfect. Raw goes for 2.5 hours.
Jesus.
So yeah, and they're weekly shows. So one of them.
How many matches are you getting a week then?
You get a lot of promos.
Okay, a lot of promos in there.
Yep.
So what, like maybe like 3 matches?
No, you
in
get
each
like
show?
you could get like 7.
Oh Jesus.
So yeah. So pass through that. This made me realize why we did it. Why
Why
stuck
it's
through
worth
it.
it.
Why it was worth it. This has been an ongoing storyline since May, last year. And yeah, watching Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win the championship. I think I played it for you guys before.
Yes.
The crowd reaction when they won was probably
electric.
Best crowd action I've watched all year for WWE. It was truly amazing. It was emotional, and yeah, it was WWE's storytelling at its finest. It was a 24-minute match, and it had it.
It was great.
Had it all.
Had it all. And that was the end of night 1.
Woo.
Now
Considered your favorite out of the 2.
night 1 was the best. Then we move on to night 2. We have the Vince McMahon match. This is Vince isn't a part of creative anymore.
Yeah.
But Vince had a match. There was a match tonight that was Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Omos is 7'1". Vince loves.
No, isn't he 7'3"?
7'3", sorry. Vince loves his giants.
His big men, he does.
Yeah.
He
Vince
loves
his big men. And so we had a Brock Lesnar versus Omos. This is basically a match to see if Brock Lesnar could suplex Omos.
Yeah.
And the answer
What
to that-
What happens when you put 2 trees in a ring?
Oh, Brock
and
Lesnar
make
looks like
them
a
slap each
baby,
other?
by the way, next to Omos.
Brock Lesnar's just the stump. Brock Lesnar's just the stump. The
Yeah.
tree's being cut.
God damn.
So yeah, we got to see
Now
Brock
that you
Lesnar.
mention it, yeah, there have been like a lot of like overly big men. In
You just
Yeah.
think about it. You got
Andre
like
the
Great
Giant.
Khali,
Great
Big
Khali,
Show,
yeah.
Andre the
Just
like-
Giant, Undertaker, Kane.
Dude
Yeah.
is
He loves
deliberately
his
like
big men.
just silly big.
Yeah, Braun Strowman. He loves his big boys.
Yeah.
So Brock Lesnar defeated Omos.
Did he get to suplex him?
3 suplexes.
Damn.
Followed by an F5, which is where Brock puts you on his shoulders and then slams you on the ground. And he did it, and it was
God damn.
I could get this up. This would be a one worth getting up.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say just to see the sheer like
It's not.
cartoon
Yeah, it's like he
level.
like slightly spins them off the shoulder too.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
slams
I
them.
can picture the move, but just
Um,
to see someone who's 7 foot something be put in that position.
But like, how
was
tall would
hilarious.
how tall's Brock?
I don't
It'd
wanna
have to
know.
be what, like over
like-
6 easy.
He's like 6'3", between like 6'3", 6'5", I want
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Is my best
If he
guess.
wasn't, he'd be a chode of a man.
Oh,
He'd be so
100%.
wide. He'd be like that little he'd be like the Knuckles the Echidna meme.
Yeah. So
But yeah, no, I missed this one and the women's showcase
Yeah.
match because I had work meeting in the morning.
Michael, what are you doing?
Um,
Missed this match. Yeah, this one was. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it.
Trying to find it there.
Just trying to find it. Jeez. So here we go. This is it here. We get to my.
Just the absolute size difference here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's wide. He's more horizontal than he is vertical.
Yeah. So Jesus, he's a big fella.
Good god.
And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Next up we had the worst match of the whole
Oh,
2
no.
nights. You know how I said the men's showcase was everything that it was meant to be, just showing off
Yeah.
people. The women's
Get
showcase,
everything you need.
The women's showcase was everything wrong with WWE Women Tag Team
Oh no.
Wrestling. First of all, you had Ronda Rousey who did nothing at all for the match except for coming in and doing an armbar, the worst submission in WWE, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Mhm.
You had some really you had Liv Morgan and Raquel who came in and they did what they were meant to. They were showing off and everything, and it was a lot of fun. Liv Morgan's probably the best female wrestler out of that lot. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. But then you had Ronda coming in for 2 seconds doing an armbar and winning. It sucked. It was a boring match.
That's such a shame.
Yeah. Next up, we had the Intercontinental Triple Threat match. This was a match between Gunther, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
My favorite character and Friends. Yeah.
Gunther. And yeah, so this is a big match. Gunther and Sheamus probably had match of the year at Clash of the Castle back in August.
Yep.
And this is a rematch plus Drew McIntyre. It's always great to see. Gunther defended his championship and beat him, much to everyone's sad eyes, because we really wanted Sheamus to finally win.
Sheamus to get it after they bloody cucked him at the last one.
They did cuck him. They cucked both Sheamus and Drew at the last one. They did it again tonight. So yeah, that was a really, really great match. That's probably
That was fun.
That was probably tied for second best match of the night.
Nice.
Next up, we had Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Solid match. You got Asuka's probably the best women's in ring performer. She's incredible. Bianca Belair is also fantastic. She could beat the shit out of us. She is
She's
scary.
jacked.
She is scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Fun fact: she's married to Montez Ford from the Street Profits. Both have WrestleMania wins.
Good for them.
Same with Becky and Seth, which is very nice to see.
God damn.
Yeah, Bianca won this. She defended her championship, defeating Asuka. Wrong opinion in my, not wrong opinion. Wrong winner in my
You wanted
opinion.
Oscar to.
I wanted Asuka to win. But they're kind
Yeah.
of setting up now. Bianca's going to go for a streak at WrestleMania. She's currently 3-0.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure we're going to get to Undertaker's 21-0, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, that's a.
I think
that's a big. That's big shoes to fill.
The thing watching this match is the SmackDown women's match on
Was
the
so
previous
good.
night was just so fantastic. This one had to do something special to like be
This
on
one
that
was really
level.
good.
And
You had Asuka put Bianca in an armbar, and then Bianca with her
Lifts her up.
fucking strength just lifts her up on her arm and puts her and hits her with a KOD and wins, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Next up,
it's still a good match. Yeah.
yeah, it was a fantastic match. Next up, Snoop Dogg and The Miz. Obviously,
You did show us this clip before.
was-
It is.
So meant to be
If you're
Miz
sitting
and
at home and you've made it this far into this episode and you haven't looked up this exact moment yet, you please do
Please
because it's
do.
incredible.
So it was meant to be The Miz and Shane McMahon,
Shayna Mac.
in which Shane McMahon blows out his quad in about a minute.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Pretty early.
So then we have Snoop Dogg improvising.
just walking in and
Hilarious.
punching him in the mouth.
And then like trying to like rebound himself off the ropes, but it almost seemed like he like stops himself and then goes. He just like leans against it gently. It's funny.
Yeah,
Throws his extremely expensive sunglasses into the crowd.
which is excellent. We love
You
that.
got to.
To whoever got those, lucky day.
Snoop Dogg woke up this morning and he chose violence.
Snoop Dogg did choose violence.
Hey, shout out to Snoop Dogg. He's 51.
This match
And
needed to kill time.
He's a
and
tall, skinny dude.
This,
See, what you don't know about Snoop Dogg is he's actually a genius at conservation of energy because he does nothing all day, majority of every day.
He's
like
been
a
saving that up for 4 years.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a bit of fun. Snoop, well done to Snoop for saving that
Yeah.
segment because it went very wrong.
And hey, you know what? They honestly probably got a better, more viral moment out of it than what it would have been anyway.
100%. Next up, we had a second to last match of the night. This was Edge versus Finn Balor in Hell in a Cell.
I was very excited. I was very excited for this one because it was a Hell in a Cell match.
This was Demon Finn Balor. First of all, well done WWE. You finally brought back the old cell. They colored the cell red for many years later.
Oh.
And now they're gone back to just the old the silver
Metal
cell,
looking
the
one.
metal looking cell.
Thank God, because I can't imagine how ugly that would have been.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was disgusting.
Yeah. No, we love a good classic Hell in a Cell.
So Edge came out. To his Brood entrance, which we all thought Gangrel was going to be there, but he wasn't. But
It's my
instead,
favorite Pokemon.
and then we had the Demon Finn Balor come out. Coming out in his much loved demon persona, which he doesn't do too often. The last time he did it was in a title match against Roman Reigns, where he lost. Which we'll talk about something else, which will come up later.
Momentarily.
Yeah, and once again, the Demon lost here tonight against Edge. The big thing from this match was Edge throwing a ladder into Finn Balor's head, and unfortunately nicked him. And
Yeah, nicked him pretty good.
Nicked him pretty good. We can't show the photo, but he had a
No.
big gash across his head and cut. He actually split his head open. So
Yeah. And like, you know how normally you say like, oh yeah, they split their head open, and you're thinking like, oh yeah, it's wrestling, they split their head open, like they had like a cut. It's like, no, it's like a proper.
It's
like,
a big ass gash.
If you wanna have a
they
look-
had to staple it back together.
It's like there too.
Yeah.
Like, it's
They
not
had
even.
to it's like along his hair. It's like
It's
not,
not the
anywhere on his
forehead.
forehead. It's like in the hair. Like
And it's brutal.
if you
yeah,
want to
they
have
had
a look,
to staple it mid match.
they
And then
put,
continue wrestling.
they gave him a numbing injection as well to it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how he would have kept going otherwise. That's wild.
So yeah, and they continue in the match. They had an 18-minute match in the end, and Edge ended up defeating Finn with a spear, which was always fun. We love a spear.
With a
we
spear,
do.
just a full on through a spear, pierced through, and he's dead now.
And then here we are, the main event, the one that we were waiting for. This was the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. This has been built up since Royal Rumble, and everyone knew that Cody was going to be. Ever since Cody returned in WrestleMania last year, we all knew that Cody was probably the guy that they're going to build up to take on Roman at the next WrestleMania. Unfortunately, that got cut short for a bit because Cody tore his pec off the bone. I'm not sure if you remember me showing you guys this. This is the guy that he came out in Hell in a Cell to fight Seth, and he just his pec was hanging off.
Oh, really?
Horrible.
Yeah.
I want to see this.
Oh, I can find it.
Chris,
I'm
Chris
looking
gonna
it up.
Google that
Yeah.
and absolutely be mortified.
You know
We'll
how I
see
love
that one
having
after the show
injuries.
finishes.
Yeah.
Do
What should I go for? WWE Peck.
you want me?
Peck
I'll
tear.
Cody Rhodes' pec. And then you'll just get a bunch of close-up photos of Cody Rhodes' nipples.
Beautiful.
Do you want me to show you? Here it is. You ready? Ready, Chris?
Oh, is this coming on the screen?
It's going on the screen.
I'm ready.
You
Oh
ready?
God, here we go.
You sure you want it?
Yeah.
Brace yourselves at home.
I like that I'm subjecting everybody to this.
You ready?
Just because
I might-
Chris hasn't seen it.
because I enjoy. Ooh, that's a bruise, isn't it?
Yep. So he came out with this and had a 30-minute match.
Got a bit of purple nip there, guy.
Yeah. Talk
Just a
about
little
purple nurple.
Talk about a titty twister.
So the thing about this one here was, the doctor said, "Hey man, like Cody was like, can I still wrestle? Because we've got a pay-per-view tomorrow." And the
Yeah.
doctor was like, "It can't get any worse." He's like, "You've torn it off the bone. You've done all the damage.
It's not
you can
going
do to
anywhere
it."
else.
Yeah. So he wrestled. He had a 5-minute match and didn't hold back. If you watch that
Yeah.
match,
Insanity.
so yeah, a lot of fun. But anyway, Cody he returned after having like 6 to 7 months off to rehab. He returned at number 30 in the Royal Rumble. This is my biggest thing about Cody's comeback. It's why I didn't kind of want him to win. Is that he came back, he won the Rumble, but he entered the Rumble at 30 out of 30.
Yeah, it's not
So
fun.
he kind of he was the last one in. He was the most fresh, and he won the Rumble. Still, it is what it is. But he went on to have a 35-minute match with Roman tonight, and as we said at the beginning of the podcast, Roman retained. He won. Put your ones up, Michael. Get it up. Get it up.
I
Roman
refuse.
is still your WWE undisputed Universal Champion. It was
It's close to 1,000, isn't it?
he is.
Yeah, 60 days or something.
He is 54 days off 1,000. So
Wow.
he'll do it, and they'll get him to 1,000, and then he might lose it at SummerSlam. He might not. Now everyone's biggest question is, who's gonna beat Roman? Who's gonna do it?
Who's
your guy? I think it's Seth Rollins. I really think Seth Rollins is your guy to beat Roman. Roman's reign of being the Universal Champion. There's only one match he lost, and he lost because he DQ'd. So the champion, so he kept his championships, but he lost the match. It's how a DQ works in WWE.
Yeah.
So Seth is the only person not to lose to Roman throughout this
Reign, yeah.
reign he's had. Everyone else has lost to him. No one's lost really cleanly. Roman's got the bloodline with him. Every time he looks like he's in trouble, someone comes to help him.
Someone comes and helps. Yeah.
In the case of
Solo Sikoa tonight.
Solo giving him a Samoan spike as he's about to hit the third crossroad to put him away.
Yeah. This always happens in a Roman match. There's always a ref bump. There's always something that happens.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it because I have a feeling they're leading to the fact that he's gonna because now the Usos, who are normally the ones that always come out with him, always help him, they lost their championships this weekend. So now the Bloodline doesn't have 6 championships like they used to.
Yeah, they're feeling a little less powerful.
So I think Roman rips into them in the next SmackDown, and then they begin the breaking up of the Bloodline, and then he loses his family. He comes out to fight Seth. No one helps him. Seth wins 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
your new Universal Champion. I think this is where it's probably going to go. I hope it goes there. Seth is the hardest worker at WWE. He does all these Logan Paul matches. He lost to Cody Rhodes 3 times to put Cody over. He does.
He's
a lot
putting
for
the
them.
work in for it.
Yeah,
he does.
He does a lot for them. He's their best guy at the company. He's a company man, and he deserves it more than anyone. So I think Seth should win it. Fun fact: Seth and Cody in real life do not like each other at all. Because Seth thinks that he should be where Cody is. He thinks Cody's just been given everything, which is fair.
So now we're probably looking at. I mean, that sounds like a very solid prediction.
Yeah, because then you can bring Cody back to fight Seth for the championship after that. That'd be a lot of fun. And that
you can play into kayfabe.
That was WrestleMania.
Choppy. Beth. So you said the women's showcase was probably the least enjoyable one.
Well, hang on. No, if we're talking about the worst, it's Snoop versus The Miz, without a doubt.
Look, well, cool. I'm not going to really call the fillers like
proper
matches.
Showcase. It's a women's showcase.
When you're ranking your favorite episodes of an anime, you're not going to put the one where they go shopping for an episode.
Snoop Dogg cameo episode.
What was your favorite?
What was number one immediately?
Top match, Choppy.
Top match was KO and Sammy versus the Usos. That was incredible. But Roman retaining was also fantastic. They're both tied.
That was a great match between the two. I can say that was a great main event. And as sad as I was, because I was very on board with Cody winning. It was a great match, and you can't fault that.
Well, we did 40 minutes of WrestleMania talk, so
That's it. We've got.
What's
a
everyone
couple
else been
other things.
watching?
What have we all been watching?
what you guys been doing?
I'll start us
someone take
off
it away.
because it's a pretty the nothing section. The Mandalorian still going.
That show's
and
still on.
It's okay. So they're finally reaching a point where they're like, hey, we've spent 5 or 6 episodes now building up to what the rest of this season is going to be. It's been a very slow build up. And finally now it's like, hey, we're going to get Giancarlo Esposito back as the bad guy for more. And it's like, oh, cool, finally, Jesus. We've got interesting stuff happening with Bo-Katan. We didn't get any more Grogu flashbacks yet, which is sad. I just want more Grogu flashbacks. But hey, it seems like we might be getting to a better spot. This most recent episode mainly had that weird Swamp Thing looking pirate man, and he's highly unpleasant to look at.
Feel like
Just looks shit.
Yeah. What's his name? Grief Carlo. He like repeats the same line like 6 times in this episode because they're like, "Oh, we've got a message from Grief," and then everyone feels the need to play it and hear it, and you hear the same line constantly.
So there's only 3 more episodes left this season.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we're like halfway through. Oh
No.
man, this season's been rough.
Yeah.
That's not good. Oh boy. I did not know that. I thought we had like 5 more episodes left.
Hate to break it. Sorry, Brad.
This episode this season's been very slow.
Wow, last season had real good ratings throughout last season.
Last season was excellent, and then this
Oh, what
season's
happened?
been rough
Star
as
Wars,
guts.
man. Star Wars, they love it. They love it. You know,
How
we
they do
can't-
it.
We can't do things well.
Nah. So hey,
Right.
I'm interested to see what the hell happens in these next 3 episodes because if they have to jam pack it with stuff, then hopefully it's better than the last lot. But we're getting some cool stuff with the Mandalorians as well, like the group of them, and you're getting some fun stuff there. Bo-Katan is like the Daywalker, where she can be part of the Way and that group, but also be a normal Mandalorian who like doesn't wear a helmet all the time. It's
Ah.
quite interesting stuff going on there. And by interesting, I mean a lot of people are probably like, "This is boring as shit," but I'm like, "Hey, she's more interesting than Din at the moment." So,
Yes.
yeah, more Grogu flashbacks. I can't believe I'm saying it. It's ridiculous.
There we go. Mandalorian.
Very nice.
Don't watch
And
it.
also, Michaela and I almost finished watching Phineas and Ferb, and it's fucking excellent. Everyone should watch Phineas and Ferb.
There you go. Christian, I feel like you've been watching things.
Yes. Oh, I've been watching a few little things. First of all, caught Bullet Train, which I know a few of you have mentioned.
Yeah.
Loved it. Loved it. A lot of fun.
How
lot of
much
fun.
fun is Bullet Train?
It's
It's
a lot of fun.
a whole lot of fun, packed into the narrow corridors of a train, and it's fast paced. I love the characters. And it's bonkers.
It's bonkers.
Bonkers. But yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, but I just thought of a comparison. Is it kind of like if the Darjeeling Limited met John Wick?
I like that.
You're saying the corridors of a small
It's
train made me think.
certainly another world where Wes Anderson and James Cameron are the same person. Like over the
Wes
top
Anderson just
action
got really
with
into
style.
action movies.
yeah.
Goddamn, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that one. Good recommendation from a
Fa-
few of the people here.
Favorite
Thank
character?
you.
Characters.
Tangerine.
Yeah, Tangerine's the best.
Gotta be Tangerine.
Yeah,
Who's the diesel in the group?
the dude.
Of this group.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
mean.
Ooh. So Alex is the diesel.
What?
Oh,
Alex is the diesel. He's the troublemaker.
Oh,
He seems offended.
cheeky little
I'm the
troublemaker.
Thomas.
You're the Thomas,
You-
are you?
You're the one with all the like really harsh views on things, right? You just cut to it. Right? You're not afraid to cut some movies down.
Yeah. You wait until you talk about 12 Years a Slave.
yeah. Oh yeah, so there's one big movie I watched, but honorable mentions. I watched 12 Years a Slave, which I've seen before. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I thought it washed down the cruelty of slavery a little bit. It depicts it quite cruelly, but real slavery is pretty cruel.
Yeah.
But
Which is
great-
a weird
Christian-
time to tone down how bad slavery was
Christian
in your film
wanted-
about how bad slavery is.
Christian wanted
yeah.
a 2-hour film, 2-hour version of the whipping scene.
I wanted Passion of the
Oh.
Christ, but like,
I refuse to watch that. Apparently, that movie's just too much.
yes,
I
no,
heard a fun fact about Passion of the Christ. Originally, Mel Gibson wanted to film it entirely in like a
Aramaic?
specific language. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
and, like, no subtitles and nothing.
Should I watch Passion of the
Love it.
Christ, or is it? a bit
Has
too
anyone
much?
has
Because-
anyone actually watched it
because-
out of us?
No, but because Braden screams guilt you into believing in any language.
Yep, that's it.
Anyway, Christian, what did you watch?
Yep, 12 Years a Slave, brilliantly acted, good film. Another honorable mention. I've been catching a TV series on binge called Alone,
Ooh.
which is where people it's kind of like a Survivor, but they get one person, they give them their own GoPro, and they're alone in the forest, have to survive. Like they only get 10 items to take,
Cool.
and it's quite interesting. You get like a bear comes into their camp the first night, so they pull out on the first night, and they're like, "Well, I didn't expect that, but no." Like,
I
I'm not
wasn't prepared for
interesting.
that.
yeah, I wasn't prepared. Yeah, for that. And then meanwhile, there's people that thrive and they're having seafood stews with a crab and a fish, and
Oh my God.
this guy survives, I think, 60 days, and he's crowned the winner.
Damn.
So he won a bit of money, which is quite interesting.
That's cool. It's like
yeah.
if Man vs Wild met Survivor.
It's like, yeah, Man vs Wild but real. Obviously,
Yeah, real, not
a medical
entirely
team-
staged.
a medical team flies in and checks on them and stuff. So
Yeah.
obviously, but they are alone and feeding and watering themselves and sheltering themselves. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Wild.
And of course, I immediately went online and looked up all the most interesting tap outs. There's quite some cool ones. So we get the people on the first night, they tap out because of a bear.
Yep.
And then there's someone that survives 60 days. There's only 2 people left, and they accidentally fall into the river. And
Oh,
it's like,
no!
there's no way to get dry. I will die, so I have to tap in.
Yeah.
There's three different. There's 3 different versions of the show. There's Alone. There's Alone Frozen.
So there's a winter version, obviously a lot harder
Yeah,
to
wow.
survive in the snow. And there's one where they did a team vibe, but I haven't seen that season.
Not alone.
No. But yeah, it's amazing. Some people just fall and trip on his axe, so he's out because he cut himself.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Quite unfortunate. But that's amazing, the number of people that survive for about 2 months and then they go, you know what, I've proven this to myself and I'm done.
Yeah. They're like, I don't need to win the money and keep going for another like three weeks.
Yeah.
No, I'm done.
And then they bring their family in and their family's trying to hug them, but they also obviously stink.
Yeah, they're horrifically gross.
Do they have like a certain amount of time
Brilliant.
that they have to stay out for? Or is it literally just until
So
there's one
each
left?
season there's 10 people and it's until one is left. So
There are,
yeah.
like 2 like professionals in there. Like they could go for like a year.
Yeah, so there are clearly some people that are ready, and there are
Yeah.
clearly some people that think they're ready, and then they tap out on the first night, or one guy immediately drinks from a river,
Oh, no.
and is like it's poisonous, like straight
Yeah.
away.
Oh.
He,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
mad dysentery. Oh, no.
yeah, and he's like, yep, the first thing he did was wrong. Like,
Oh.
yeah. And then there was even one woman. She was actually the other person won. There were 2 left, and she wasn't. She was malnourished, and the team came in and told her, "We're sorry, like your BMI is too low. We're calling it. Like
Yeah,
you're not."
we have to tap you out.
Yes.
Well, at
You're
least they're
unhealthy.
actually taking care of people and not letting them
Yeah,
just wither away
exactly.
and die.
Yeah.
And she was
Boring.
quite
Let
sad,
'em
but at the
die.
same time, it's like you you were failing to feed yourself, so you
Yeah,
failed the
you
challenge.
You weren't winning the test.
Yeah, which is sad, but yeah,
Oh
she's going
man,
for
that's
it.
wild.
Yeah, very interesting show.
Just jumping off the Survivor vibes as well. The part 1 of the season finale of Game Changer is going up either today or recently. In which they do another Survivor Battle Royale type thing. Game Changers on College Humor's Dropout service that they do, their subscription, and it's everything on there's fucking great. So highly recommend.
Brilliant. I also watched one other thing, which is quite a famous one called There Will Be Blood.
The oil movie.
Mm.
Are there any viewers of There Will Be Blood?
I haven't seen
In the
that
chat
one.
today?
Really want to.
Just based
No.
on the name alone, I've avoided.
Paul Dano.
Okay, it's not what you think it is at all. Because I mean, I'll
Okay.
just say I thought it was a Western shoot 'em up story of some kind, right? Is that what it seems like on the cover?
I just based on the title alone assumed it was a horror movie.
Yeah, there's no blood that's as a result of like violence or like it's not. Yeah, it's actually a
There will
movie
be
about.
blood, but only accidentally.
There's it's not like a violence blood that the way the title makes you
Yeah.
think. Okay, it's a whole story. All right,
Gotcha.
there's blood, obviously. There's blood, there's sweat, and there's oil. There's a lot of oil. Because what this movie's really about is an oil tycoon in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and it's about the story of a man played by Daniel Day-Lewis, the god, the actor. My god, he plays this part. Like this man's monologues carry the whole film because it's his perspective. And there's not much family. He has this boy, which some people may have heard of. Like Alex knew about the boy.
Abandoned my child.
I've abandoned my boy. But yeah.
Okay, I've heard that line as well, actually.
Yeah.
I
Well,
assume it's just referenced in everything.
Daniel Day-Lewis doing his thing.
Amazing.
So,
He's
sorry, yes,
abandoning
it's the
his
story
child.
of an oil tycoon from humble beginnings of digging his own shaft, like one man, to building up a business, to moving on to like buying up land and creating a whole, town and like becoming like the richest oil tycoon in America. And it's Daniel Day-Lewis and even South Park's made fun of it. He has this monologue about oil and about being an oil man. He's like, I'm an oil man. Some people think I'm a simple man, but I'm about oil. Like, it's brilliant. Like, there's not so much of this, like, plot and relationship-based plot to follow, but there is just this visual story of this oil tycoon, and it's kind of telling the story of the Industrial Revolution and like the way it's building up and oil and what's that?
Can we get an oil counter?
Yeah.
Oil.
If someone at home can please tell us how
Yeah.
many times Chris has said oil.
If someone could like do that with this movie on YouTube, that would
my
be
God,
amazing.
it'd be
And
insane.
ding up the oils.
Goddamn.
Um,
Yeah, it sounds more like a real character-driven piece, like an acting masterclass.
Character driven but period driven also, because
Oh.
it's really this visual spectacle of the period and this sense of the Industrial Revolution and oil and power and Daniel Day-Lewis. That's
Does Daniel Day-Lewis get covered in oil?
Yes, of course, more than once. So does this him
What
and his
about
boy.
blood?
Both. Oh yeah, blood and oil together.
So what if?
The blood is the oil.
Yes, exactly. You're getting it.
I
get it
think
now.
The main scene I've seen from YouTube and TikTok, it was the milkshake scene.
Yes. Okay, so that's one of Daniel Day-Lewis's like
Is it
speeches.
just a 5-minute sequence of Daniel Day-Lewis drinking a milkshake?
So it's
He
him
really drank that
explaining to
milkshake.
someone that held off selling their land to him that he sucked up their milkshake already because the oil's under the land, so they think they've got all this money still.
Yeah.
And he's like, if I put my straw in your milkshake, I sucked it up. And it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it needs to be said, the set design, the visual spectacle. He has a rich 1905, and he had a bowling alley, and it's the best little fiction for this dialogue. It's like 9th century bowling alley in this rich guy's house.
If you'd like to hear what Chris is saying and you're here on the YouTube, head over to the podcast where you'll be able to hear it clearly because it's not going through Discord's Transformer voice focus.
Okay.
Sorry,
I wonder
Chris.
why you're all
Your internet was
laughing.
being real rough on you there.
Are we back? Are we back?
It's jumping around a little bit.
And now?
Ooh,
Are we doing now?
ooh.
I'm an oil man too. And we're about progress and oil.
All I could hear was oil,
I'm the
man.
land. I'm family man. This is my boy. You see, we make oil together.
I loved when the Autobots and the Decepticons fought over oil.
Oh, they would have too.
They would have. That
too.
would have been a thing they fought over.
I can scarcely imagine what's going on.
I think Chris might be tapped out at the moment. We might need to tap Chris
two.
out here. Oh bless. Sorry, Chris. It's just not coming through, mate.
That's fun.
Yeah, if the podcast listeners want to know what the YouTube listeners are experiencing, they can head over to YouTube and watch it there.
Sorry,
Very
Chris, you've
quickly
been-
before we sign off for the night,
You've been Cody
how's
Rhodes.
Ted Lasso going?
I need to talk about something other than Ted Lasso too. I
Oh,
got,
okay.
bloody-
You do
I'll
that
quickly before
Yeah,
Ted
Mike's
Lasso, I'll
gotta jump
quickly
in.
jump
What
in
we
on a movie
doing?
that I should have watched a long time ago.
Oh.
Me and Gemma watched Social Network the other night. It was very,
Yes.
very good. It
Yes.
it should have taken me this long to watch it. There you go, Choppy. You can jump in.
How good's the Social Network, fellas?
Excellent.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it's really good.
It's
It's a
one of-
comfort movie of mine.
Yeah.
now.
Oh, good.
It-
Chris is back.
Yeah,
Jesus.
God, thank God.
I watched it again like 2 weeks ago.
It's
Social
a 10
Network.
out. I could just rewatch it again and again. It's like
Yeah,
the most
I
interesting
like it in the
movie-
background.
It was very easy viewing.
It's the most interesting movie where there's not a gunshot. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
an interesting
yeah.
movie of just people talking.
like Andrew Garfield's incredible. How did he not win an
No.
Oscar? How did Jesse Eisenberg not win an Oscar? How did this movie not win Best Picture?
Mm.
What's happening? What are we doing? Yeah, it's literally the goat of movies.
It was very, very good.
Yeah,
It is a
I-
movie making masterclass,
and Justin Timberlake's great in it, so that's a
which
bit of
is
fun.
Yes.
excellent.
So yeah.
I forgot he was in that movie until he popped up.
You see,
He-
there's a
he-
third
he does
Trolls
that.
happening.
He just pops up.
Mm.
Look,
Sorry, you've made me remember another thing that I watched for the first time this past week. Oh Jesus! Watch The
Yep.
Boss Baby.
Yes.
Oh, no.
The first half of that movie is solid. First half of that movie is surprisingly really good, and then it really falls apart in the back half. We happened to pause it halfway through it, and I looked at it and went, "Wait, we're only halfway through? I thought we're at the end. Oh no, this movie's about to fall apart."
proceeding
But
to fall
yeah,
apart.
it's surprisingly quite good. Go watch The
That's
Boss Baby.
that's funny. I actually rewatched Elvis as well, and
Ooh, nice.
while Elvis is average, the 20-minute fever dream that starts Elvis was not very good.
No, I think the last hour 40 of Elvis is incredible.
Yeah.
But the first, whatever they're doing in that,
Yeah, it's strange.
yeah, you're just getting thrown
Strange.
around.
There's even a title card for Memphis, and then the actual movie starts. It's very strange.
So yeah, I quickly Yellow Jackets episode season 2. The first 2 episodes came out, and
Ooh.
the second episode gave us what we've been wanting from Yellow Jackets. They've delivered, and I'm so excited. I'm so on board. I'm excited, so excited to see where they take the rest of the show.
Mm.
Chris, if you haven't finished it, finish it.
Oh yes.
going.
Oh, what's that on again?
Paramount Plus.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets?
Mhm.
Was it always?
Yep.
Did I like sign up to Paramount
No,
just to
you-
watch that
you
and
have-
forget about
You
it?
have my Prime, don't you? You probably use my Prime. You use my
Oh,
Prime?
that was probably. I'm not on it
Okay.
anymore though.
Well, we'll get you back my Prime.
Yep.
Um,
Let's get me back on that.
You still got your profile there, so you'll be good.
Yeah.
How do you lose access to these? I give them to you, and then you're like, oh, they're gone.
Oh no! Eventually, I just like deleted my browser or something.
It's an oil, man.
Yeah.
So yes, Yellow Jackets is great. Can't wait to see where they go. Ted Lasso, Michael would agree, consistently great.
Yeah.
This episode was awesome.
Yeah, we got a lot of Zava
Got a Zaba.
this time around.
I'm very.
We had a bit of a moment between Roy and Jamie towards the end of the
love
episode.
Roy and Jamie. Love all of their moments. Keep giving me Ted Lasso. Let's go.
Oh, and we also had a bit of a realization moment for Ted
Yes.
when on the phone.
We'll end it at that. We won't spoil too much for Chris.
Yeah.
Really good.
Not getting into details on that one.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very nice.
And that's it. That's what. Do Revenge.
How is it?
It's that movie that came out on Netflix.
It's got Maya Hawke
Yeah, talk
and
about it.
Cami Mendes. It looks like a fun,
I just rolled my chair into the
high
back of my
school-
heel.
Oh,
rough, dude.
Alright. Yes.
It's like a payback comedy.
It is. Do we care? Does anyone want to know? Can I spoil the thing in the film?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
just
go
go
for it.
for it.
The big twist in the film is that Maya Hawke is a girl that. What's her name from Riverdale? What's her name? The
Maya Hawke is from Stranger Things. Cami Mendes. is
That's what
from
I'm saying. What's the
Riverdale.
other one from Riverdale? What's her name? Cami Mendes.
Cami.
So Cami Mendes was the childhood bully of Maya Hawke, and the whole time Maya Hawke's been exacting revenge, pretending to be her friend. So it's a twist. So it's fine. It's 2.5 out of
Hence
5.
the revenge.
Do revenge. So they were doing revenge throughout the whole film to these other two people, but really
then it
Maya
was-
Hawke was doing revenge to the other one. It's a big twist.
The real revenge was inside us all along. God damn. Thanks, Netflix. And thank you for joining us at home for episode
you.
198 of MMT Millennial Movie Talk, where it was mainly wrestling talk. But if you want to join us every week and listen to us chat about movies and TV shows, maybe occasionally some wrestling.
We won't, it will never be big until WrestleMania 40 now, guys.
We're only gonna talk about WrestleManias. That can be it, unless something mad happens. Like I want to know if something absolutely stupid.
I'll
happens.
keep you connected if Roman loses the title.
Yeah, cool.
Any
but you
major plot
can-
points?
Follow us on your podcast service of choice. Leave a review over there if you can, and you can head over to YouTube, subscribe there, leave a comment below, share it with your friends. Alex, I can't remember if I mentioned it the most recent couple episodes. My dad's been jumping in chat saying hi, and we've never noticed because we never have the chat open.
He didn't do it tonight. He didn't do it tonight, so
No, he didn't. He's actually up at the river at the moment with my grandparents. They're staying on a houseboat. Quite nice.
Very nice.
didn't
But-
Didn't get the invite, Braden.
Didn't see
No,
him.
no. I got other priorities like recording this here show.
You got asked to babysit the dog, didn't you?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's got to stay home and feed the demon.
Yeah. Finn Balor's at your
so-
house?
Yeah, Finn, he just sleeps under my bed. It doesn't for you guys.
Can you check on his gash?
Yeah, well, I
Clean
tidy it
clean
up a little bit.
Please
You
clean
know,
it.
get some bandages on there.
That could
some
get
gauze.
infected. It could be really bad.
Yeah, you know, you got to take care of it. Otherwise, you got to take him to the vet, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
You can add Michael on Facebook. And as always,
I'm Alex,
I'm Braden.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Michael.
and we're out of here. We acknowledge you, our tribal chief. Goodbye.
No, we don't.